Hello and welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. I'm your host, Ryan Gilbert. Joining me, as usual, is my co-host, Joel Meyer. How are we doing tonight, Joel?
Well, it's been a few days, but we're still recovering from that massive Masters Sunday. I mean, that was probably the best golf tournament I ever watched in my life. Generally speaking, I do like the Open as the best major, but that Masters was either that or when Phil won the PGA Championship. But it helped having 150 to 1 on him when he got that done. But no, like the drama, like Rory absolutely fucking up and then just recovering all the time with these killer shots. Like, he's definitely the best golfer in the world right now. Certainly in the best form. And Gorgon in the Discord was always saying, like, he's doing it his way, right? He's not like Tiger, not like Jack. He's not gonna seal the deal, just like go full killer mode. No, Rory's gonna experience all the nerves. He's gonna fuck up. He's gonna try to choke, but at the end of the day, he still made the putt on in the playoff. Oh, by the way, the playoff bet finally gets home. It's been 3 years coming. Our old co-host Talon Jenkins once asked for a stupid golf bet, and I suggested the playoff, and we've been betting the playoff for every major since then, to little avail until Sunday. So we're glad we finally got that done. Not sure if I'm going to keep doing that. It certainly doesn't seem like a plus EV bet, but no, really, really big fan of that tournament. I said on Thursday or Wednesday, I didn't want to bet Rory because of his choking capability, but I ended up betting him multiple times over the course of the next few days. And yeah, he's just the best golfer in the world. And it's just a matter of him not choking. It was really Rory versus Rory. Like, if Rory just played like his usual level, he would have no problem. But that double bogey on 13, that's one of the worst shots you'll ever see. Just an easy wedge right into the fucking creek. And he scores a 7 there, bringing Justin Rose into it, who was absolutely fire on his back nine, just birdie after birdie. Feel bad for him. That's his second playoff loss at a Masters. That was a good moment though. Like, that was pure theater, pure drama. Rory getting the Grand Slam, only the 6th player to achieve that record, winning every major in golf. So yeah, that was a hell of a golf tournament, and was at the bar today watching the Champions League, and yeah, it's good times, man. This is the best time for sports.
Yeah, we say that a few different times. But I feel like this is the best time with NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, the Masters, even casual sports fans get into the Masters. I mean, plenty of stuff going on now, NFL draft and whatnot. So, yeah. And did you see the article on The Athletic about what the Maple Leafs can learn from Rory McIlroy's Masters breakthrough? On The Athletic, not The Onion. The Athletic was on there.
I did not see that. No.
Yeah. Thought that was pretty funny.
I don't see the relationship. Just they're both chokers, but Rory is actually the best golfer, and the Leafs are not the best team.
no, the Leafs. It's not like the Leafs win the President's Trophy and then choke. They're just
this is the first time they won the division. Like, how long? Like the second division, like 40 years or something like crazy like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So you're top of the show. Make sure you subscribe to the Hockey Gambling Podcast here as the playoffs right around the corner on YouTube. Shout out Victor in the chat there. Also subscribe on Apple, on Spotify. And I've looked for all of SGPN's picks and podcasts in one convenient place. Download the free SGPN app wherever you get your apps. I'm going to primarily be looking at some Western Conference playoff stuff here in the first round. We have all 4 matchups set in the West. Canadians are playing in 5 minutes to decide the final spot in the East, potentially. We can look back at Saturday's puck box. Or you have something to say there about the Habs?
Oh yes, of course. We've got multiple bets on them to make the playoffs. We got that preseason bet over 89.5 points. They're sitting right at 89, 10-1. So we just need them to get to overtime. Please, just if you lose, just lose in overtime. I had a Montreal steak sandwich to a little bit of superstition there, but yeah, we're all in on the Habs. So I got that on the screen right now. So excuse any random exclamations.
And they're not even that big of favorites tonight. Like I expected them to be a lot bigger, especially after the Hurricanes were benching all these guys. But
Rod Brindamore's son is playing. Like
I saw that. Yeah,
that's how seriously they're taking this game.
Yeah, exactly there. Yeah, let's get to puck bucks from Saturday here. Throw it up on the screen. I went 4-3, up 22.97. You went 7-3, up 96.85. Had that Capitals Blue Jackets over 6.5. Capitals just did not show up. 7-0 win for.
Cannons were firing. Got 7 cannons shot.
The Cannons were firing. 7-0 win there. Flyers, big shootout win over the Islanders. That went over as well, over 5.5. It was 3-2, and Bo Horvat tied it there late in the third with the goalie pulled. Kings puck line, I got cucked there. You took him regulation. You played it safe. The Avalanche came back a few times there to make it a 1-goal game. Utah, good win there in Dallas. St. Louis lost, I think, at home to Seattle. No, they were in Seattle there at the very least. And then Minnesota, Vancouver over 5.5. That was a 2-2 game going into overtime. So 4-3, up 22.97.
Yeah, I don't have much else to add here. Really, just the Sabres Panthers over. That wasn't even close. I also had the Sabres in that one. Oh yeah, this was the day where I had all these dogs going into overtime. They all lost. I also bet the Habs are like 2-1 against the Leafs. They lost in overtime. The Sabres lost in overtime as big dogs. And there was one more. Oh, yeah, the Blackhawks. At plus 230 against the Jets. They were up in that game, of course, and they lost in overtime as well. So that was unfortunate. But it was a great day because you know what? These overs are absolutely killing it. If you're not betting the salami overs, I don't know what the fuck you're doing the last couple of weeks of the season. Of course, we got that going on today as well, and we'll have that on Thursday. Yeah, don't have too much to add. Oh yeah, Knights Preds, like the Predators overs have been absolute easy money. Like we should have been betting alts with their games been going. That was an 8-goal game there. And then yeah, I also had the Blues cracking over 5.5. Another fairly easy one there. Although I think it required some third period goals. I think 4-3 final in overtime. But yeah, it was a very good Saturday.
Yeah, good Saturday there. And
not in UFC though. Thanks to Volkanovski, I didn't lose every UFC bet, but it was still a 1-4 day there in UFC. But some great fights, like that was really good.
Nice, yeah. All right, we can go over the Thursday slate here. I don't know how many games there are. Hopefully not too many. Not going to go game by game. 7 games, so just things that stick out here to us. Put this on the screen. We got the Islanders at the Blue Jackets. Pretty much got to wait for that one because if the Habs lose tonight, the Blue Jackets have to win in regulation. So take the 3-way line there. Flyers, Sabres. The Flyers desperately need to lose to get the 4th best lottery odds. So hopefully we start a bad goalie. Hopefully the Sabres start a bad goalie, and we see a high-scoring game. I mean, you've been talking about these overs this whole time. I think that's one of the games you pointed out.
It's a little late now, but one little trick of the trade is if you want to correlate a parlay, you would do the Hurricanes regulation, which would mean the Blue Jackets will still be alive, and you'd parlay that with the Blue Jackets money line. Or actually, no, they have to win regulation, so you do regulation and Blue Jackets regulation parlay. That's a plus EV bet right there, just automatic. You're going to get CLV if the Hurricanes win, and if they don't, then it's the price won't change that much anyway. So, yeah, like that. That's one of those things that you can do in these late game scenarios. Yeah, Flyers, Sabres, like that over. Just these Sabres, they got shut out against the Leafs somehow. But generally speaking, their offense has been clicking. And yeah, like I've been saying, like these past couple of weeks have been preseason hockey. There's not a lot of penalties, but there's not a lot of back checking either. And the goaltending has been suspicious to say the least. So yeah, these games that don't mean anything, they're just having fun out there. Yeah, so these overs have been absolutely firing. Red Wings, Maple Leafs, that's another game, doesn't mean anything. Like the over there as well. What else is there? Capitals, Penguins, that's another over potential.
Rangers.
Yeah, the Rangers one for sure against Lightning. I doubt Vasilevsky plays, so they're going to get. Who's the other guy? Not Johansson, or who's the other guy?
It is Johansson, isn't it?
Okay, they were playing some other scrub earlier in the season, but I guess JJ was hurt or something. But yeah, regardless, yeah, it won't be Vasilevsky there. So like the over quite a bit in that one. Flames Kings. I mean, it's a low total, but it doesn't mean anything again. So might as well just bet the over there as well. Yeah, and Hurricane sends. Yeah, like all these overs, just bet the game's going over because that's how it's been very profitable. Let's just put it that way, and definitely bet the salami.
Yeah, I mean, players are still playing for like they just want to score. Like they're not going to go out there blocking too many shots and stuff. So high scoring games, backup goalies for these teams that are in the playoffs.
You'll even get like depressed prices because this star player isn't playing, so we'll lower the total. But it doesn't matter because they don't give a shit about the playing defense or anything. So you'll actually get a better price.
Yeah, so that's 7 games there tomorrow. Look for the overs. Even this over 5.5 minus 130. Play it up to 6.5 maybe, or just a flat 6 if you can find it, because these juice totals, I mean, they've been giving us fits all year long.
I don't know why they switched to this. They used
because it's easy for casuals. It's easy for casuals to understand.
I guess
that's what it has to be. I think that's what it has to be. All right, you want to get into the Western Conference playoffs here? Let's start it off with the Vegas Golden Knights. Are they the top seed? No, the Jets are. But yes. We'll start with the Wild and the Golden Knights. Golden Knights are minus 205 in the series. Wild are plus 170. Golden Knights minus 1.5 games, plus 110. Minnesota plus 1.5, minus 130. It has to be Vegas here, right? And I feel like you pointed it out in the group chat, like Vegas was minus 190. Now even minus 205 is insane compared to other books having like minus 250.
Yeah, well, start things off. One thing we learned from last year is that teams that win the season series do very well in the playoff series, especially in the first 2 rounds. It's north of 60% of the time they win the playoff series, and the Knights did sweep the Wild, I'm pretty sure, 3-0. It's hard to find this stuff for me.
Yeah, 3-0.
But 3-0 there. So, and the Wild, now they're getting Eriksson back, Kaprizov. They're definitely a different team than they've been for the past couple of months, where they've been absolutely miserable and actually got brought into a playoff race. But yeah, there's no competition here, I don't think. Like, the Knights are just the better team in every single department. Maybe the Wild have better goaltending with Gustafsson, but he hasn't been playing as well as he did in the first half of the season. So yeah, there's no way I could see the Wild win. Of course they can. It's fucking hockey, whatever. But the Knights, there's just a ton of value, even at minus 205 here. You could do the minus 1.5 games if that's your thing. Yeah, I struggle to see the Wild all of a sudden elevating their game when the Knights have been playing very well over the past couple of months, and they're getting healthy. They should have Thomas Hertl back, and yeah, they're fully healthy now, right? They got Bill Karlsson back. Theodore, he missed a while, but he's been playing excellent. And of course, Jack Eichel, he should be recovered from his mysterious illness. I love the Golden Knights to win the series, and of course, I don't know if we're doing this now, but just Jack Eichel to win the
Jack Eichel, Scott's fine easy. Golden Knights to win Game 1 in the series is plus 100. I feel like that's probably a good bet there when they're minus 205 to win the series starting off at home. I mean, you said it. Yeah. I mean, Minnesota is getting healthy now. It was cool to see them give Gustafsson gave Fleury overtime last night. Fleury got one final overtime appearance there for the win. Yeah. Golden Knights healthy. I mean, Eichel's day-to-day with an upper body injury, but he's resting. Pietrangelo resting. Hannafin, Stone have been resting. So they're ready to go. And the Wild have been playing, high stress hockey for the past few weeks, because like you said, they were dragged down into that playoff race. They had to come down to almost the final game to clinch that spot. So they are healthy. Kaprizov back, Joe Eriksson back is something to worry a bit, but even like their recent wins, overtime against Anaheim, overtime in Vancouver, 8-7 overtime against the Sharks, overtime against Dallas, like they haven't won in regulation many times in the past 15 games here. They had a good stretch a little bit against Buffalo, Seattle, LA, but Vegas is a team that is very much built for the playoffs, and the Wild just aren't. Like I've always said this, like the Wild just feel like a team that sure have a good regular season, but I never
take
the
Leafs of the West.
The
Leafs of the West. They lose in the first round every freaking year.
Yeah, Eichel, I'm seeing here, Conn Smythe 25-1. Golden Knights, I feel like if they win the cup, Eichel should get it. And they are 10-1 to win the cup, and you're getting 2.5 times better than that for Jack Eichel. So that's how I would be betting this one. But yeah, for this series, if you want to take minus 205, that's what I did. Game 1, win the series, plus 100. That's a good look as well as the spread. What did I say it was? Plus 110. Like that might even be my favorite bet rather than game 1 in series, because I don't see Minnesota winning 3 games here. I think Vegas was only 500 on the road this season. Yeah, 20, 13, and 7. So that's something to keep in mind once we get later down in the playoffs. But I think for this first round, it's just going to be Vegas. That's where the value is here.
That's better than 500, but you got to go with points percentage.
Point percentage, yeah. That because what Archer threw it in the chat, like the Barkeys or whoever's criteria with like the 60% or more road points for Stanley Cups.
Yeah, no, we just needed 41 was the criteria, so it's a very low bar. 41 points.
Just 500. Just 500.
Yeah, and they're well above that in terms of the points. So we're good there. But yeah, just one more note on the Knights. Of course, we've been high on them almost all season long. Just look at them, how they were last year. Like, they were a much worse team, and they added a lot at the deadline. They were still getting used to each other with Hannafin and Hurdle and the like. And they've clearly clicked a lot better this year. And they still took the Stars, who almost made it to the Stanley Cup final, to 7 games. And now they're playing the Wild. I don't give the Wild much of a shot here. It's just Knights are a far better team now, and they're built for playoffs. Like the way they play, these hulking Ents on defense. So I gotta credit Thomas Strand. So that line is the Ents defense. It's just a great term. But yeah, love the Knights here. They're built for playoffs. Do not give the Wild much of a chance here. Certainly, you need a lot more than plus 170.
No, like I would have expected a much higher line for the Knights here. Like the highest that they're at minus 240 is the highest one, and I still feel like that's not high enough for them. So even if that's the best price you can get, minus 235, minus 240, maybe then look at the series spread or the game 1 series double. But yeah, I can't really find a path where the Wild win this series. All right, anything else on this series, or shall we move along here?
Let's keep going.
All right, well, we are brought to you by Edge Boost. Ever had your deposit blocked by your bank right before a big bet? Ever needed cash at 2 a.m. for another shot at the tables but hit your ATM limit? Edge Boost has your back. Edge Boost is the first ever bank account built for bettors. Edge Boost gives you fast, reliable access to your funds, making it easier to move money when and where you need it without the delays that come with traditional banks. For you high rollers, you can move up to $250,000 a day on your Edge Boost Visa debit card with unlimited withdrawals. This works 24/7 for instant deposits. Never wait for a wire to clear again. It gets better every time you deposit into a qualified gambling account. You earn cashback rewards up to 0.5%. All this for you, no usage fees and no minimum balance. Edge Boost is a debit account that makes it easy to get started with no credit checks, no minimum balance, and no usage fees. Simply verify your identity and you're ready to go. Finally, Edge Boost has a suite of responsible gambling tools to help you manage your bankroll and make informed decisions. What are you waiting for? Go to edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. That's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. And of course, make sure you check out MyBookie. We are brought to you by mybookie.ag. It's your place to bet on every sport, including the NBA playoffs, plus props for every game. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of locations. Easy deposit and lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. That is mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN.
I sincerely hope that any high rollers are not listening to this podcast. I would hate to know that people are spending $250,000 on our shitty bets.
Hey, if they faded me, they would be a high roller. They faded me.
Yeah, they would be known now.
Yeah. All right, let's look at the Winnipeg Jets here. Minus 180 against the St. Louis Blues, plus 155. Jets minus 1.5 games, plus 120. Blues plus 1.5 games is minus 140 here. You can take this one here.
Once again, DraftKings has the best price in the market. Everywhere else is north of $2, so this shouldn't last too much longer. I'm surprised it hasn't moved already, considering it's only been up like half a day. Yeah, love the Jets here. Again, I think they swept the season series, or it was like 3-1. Yeah,
I think I saw it was 3-1. Yeah.
Yeah, so they won the season series. So that's always good. And the Blues, a lot of that streak was fraudulent. That winning streak, what was it, 13 games or something? But there was, a lot of like late comeback wins, overtime wins, and getting outplayed, but still managing to get the bounces. They're certainly better under Jim Montgomery than under what's his face, the guy who was fired,
Bannister, right?
Yeah, Bannister, right. But still not a good team. And the Jets, I believe that they're a lot better team than last year. Like, I do not expect them to lose 4-1, like they did against the Avalanche. I do not expect Hellebuyck to play as poorly as they did last year. Yeah, like they should be ready for this. Like, it's now or never, Jets. Like, you're one of the best teams in the league. You should be a lot higher than -180. The market's not giving you any respect, but I'll give you respect. I bet the Jets -180. Absolutely love that. Blues, yeah, they're not ready. Like, they got a lot of young players who are going to be good in the future. This is going to be a good experience for them. Maybe Binnington gets hot, or Hofer if he has to come in, but that's the only way. Like, just crazy goaltending from the Blues is the only path I see for them winning the series. And, well, other than Hellebuyck just collapsing, like he's shown that he's not nearly as good in the playoffs as in the regular season, but even still, like, he can just play like an average goalie. The Jets should just walk away with this series. So absolutely love that. It should be a lot higher than -180. I don't know what this price is all about. I doubt it closes -180. Like, I don't see who's betting on the Blues, considering how poorly they played. And yeah, there's just a lot of noise in their wins over the past couple months. So yeah, love the Jets here -180. Think they're one of the better bets to win the conference at the moment, considering their path is a little easier than say the Avs Stars and even the Knights, because there's a good chance they have to play the Kings, and they've notoriously struggled against the Kings. So Jets might have the easiest path out of all the Western teams, but it's a fucking gauntlet of a conference, so there's no real easy path. So anyway, I like the Jets here, both in this series and long term. Oh, one more thing. I should say this now. Steve Valiquette has he's part of the ClearSight Analytics. He's got this system. It's a predictive metric which analyzes how teams play defending off the rush chances, and it's proven like all the Stanley Cup winners, they're all like clearly in the top 10 in this stat, and the Jets are number 1 in that regard in the regular season. Interestingly, the Leafs are number 4, Kings number 5, the Devils surprisingly are number 3, and I can't remember who the second one is. Oh, let's go. Fucking right. Tabs, allez. Excellent. So yeah, the Jets are number 1 in that stat. So I was really encouraged by that, because they were not near number 1 in that stat last year. So yeah, they're built a lot better this year. I like the Jets going forward.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've said this about the Jets the last 2 playoffs. They do look different this year, but like the last 2 playoffs, we've been like, all right, hopefully we don't get fooled by them this year. But I feel like -180, this is an insane price. Like, even if it's -215, 220 elsewhere, I still think that's a good price. St. Louis did have that 12-game winning streak, but then they went to Winnipeg. They got outshot 26-15. I mentioned that game on the podcast. Fans were saying, hopefully we don't play the Jets in the first round, because they had 15 shots in that game to end their streak. Last 10 games, they have the 5th worst expected goals for percentage, while Winnipeg has the 7th best. I'm not sure why they're starting Hellebuyck tonight in a meaningless game against the Ducks, but you know what? I mean,
Idiots.
if he wants the game, he wants to stay in a rhythm there. Keep that going. The only one real injury for the Jets is Nikolai Ehlers is out, I think, week to week with a foot injury. So that's going to take a toll on their second line. They already don't have too much depth scoring after Scheifele and Connor there on the top line, but I don't see the Blues really doing anything to threaten the Jets too much here. -180, that's my probably biggest bet so far in the playoffs. I was just scrolling down. Win game 1, win the series, I think is +115, which is even better, or it's worse than the spread. I mean, both are on the same. I think both of them would be favorable for me. I think Jets in 6 here is probably a good look. I mean, maybe they even get it done in 5. I don't know what the price is for that exact Jets to win the series 4-2, but yeah, this Jets team looks different this year. I mean, Hellebuyck, clearly Vezina Trophy winner. He's the Hart Trophy favorite, unfortunately. We'll see if he ends up winning that one there. But Yeah, I mean the Jets just a much better, well-rounded team than the Blues. Credit St. Louis, making a good push in the second half to even make the playoffs, but I don't think this is a 2019 type season where they can keep it rolling even beyond one round.
No, I should say that like these big series prices, I've just been parlaying a lot of them, like not exclusively, but a lot of them with the Knicks to beat the Pistons in round one. I think that should be a lot higher than minus 380, minus 400 kind of thing. Yeah, it should be no contest there. Knicks are good for beating the bad teams. They'll lose against the Cavaliers or the Celtics, but they'll beat the bad teams, no problem.
Yeah, and I like the Jets here, kind of long term to win the cup. They are 11-1. You can get Hellebuck to win the Conn Smythe 18-1. That's probably the way I would look for them. I can't imagine Scheifele or Connor goes off to the point where Hellebuck isn't winning them the cup. So another team like Vegas, where top team in the West have pretty much one Conn Smythe candidate. Okay, let's go to the Kings Oilers here for the third season in a row. We have.
Isn't that the fourth?
Is it the fourth?
I think it might be the fourth.
Yeah, because it was 7. Was it 7 games, then 6, then 5? And now people are saying, "Oh, it's going to be a sweep this year." Might be the fourth. Yeah,
I just heard it was the fourth.
That does sound more accurate. Oilers minus 135, Kings plus 115. Oilers minus 1.5 games is plus 135. Kings plus 1.5 games is minus 165. Edmonton has been beat up, as we know, with McDavid out of the lineup. He's been back now, but Draisaitl's been out. They said he might come back for the last game of the season. Does not look like that's going to happen. But most importantly, Mattias Ekholm has been ruled out for the first round, which is a key piece for them. Wallman has been great for them as well, but without Ekholm, there's not really anyone else on that blue line that I trust. And this Kings team, I've kind of been talking them up for
What about your old Norris favorite, Evan Bouchard?
Yeah, he would have had a chance if he would have had a chance. He was always too much of a long shot. That's all it was there. But yeah, Evan Bouchard just all offense, no defense. Nurse has been decent, has been better. No Cody Ceci back there, but I think this Kings team has what it takes. I mean, Byfield's been great on that second line. Andrei Kuzmenko has joined that AK line with Kempe and Kopitar up top there. Darcy Kemper has been great in net for them as well. So, and yeah, Skinner and Pickard haven't been good for Edmonton. So, everyone's pointing to Edmonton here. Maybe it's a trap line, only minus 135, but I like the Kings here as dogs. They are the home team. They have home ice advantage in this series, right? And they've been great at home this year. They are 31-5-4. Edmonton 22-16-2 on the road. The Kings do only have 39 points on the road though this season. So keep that in mind for longer term. I don't really like them long term anyway, but yeah, for this one, I think I'm going with the Kings at plus 115.
Yeah, you said a lot of what I would say. Once again, DraftKings has the best price in the market here. The Kings have been bet quite a bit since they opened about a week ago now. Yeah, plus 115 is still the best price that I can see. That's all I got myself. Yeah, and if you would have told me 2 months ago I could get the Oilers at minus 135, I would have been all over that, knowing how much they've dominated the Kings over the past few years. But the Kings actually won the season series this year, 3-1. Of course, the last one, the Oilers weren't playing anybody, so maybe you could throw that one out. But regardless, still 3-1 in the season series, and they're just playing like a lot better team. You like the home record, and of course, the home ice advantage is massive in this series in particular. Yeah, the Kings have been they've been impressive, and the Oilers struggled down the stretch. You don't like to back these teams that have lost as many games as they've won, or even lost more than they've won. And just getting Draisaitl and McDavid back just in time for this, you don't like that dynamic. And you mentioned Ekholm, of course. Bouchard is a lot better when he has Ekholm beside him, masking his defensive frailties. So without Ekholm, it's going to be a massive question mark. And Wallman too, like you said, he's been playing well, but he's also been hurt recently, so we don't know if he's 100% for this. So yeah, the Oilers blue line, like that was our concern before the season, and it's a lot bigger concern now without Ekholm. Like it's absolutely dreadful. And Bouchard had a lot better year last year than this year, to be fair. So yeah, it's Kings are the better team here. I do expect them to keep getting money, even though you'll get the public action, whatever, on McDavid, best player in the world, and all that bullshit. But yeah, I like the Kings here quite a bit. Home ice advantage is massive, and yeah, they should be able to shut them down. I still believe in Kopitar and Deneau, still playing at a high level. Doughty, of course, getting him back is massive. His playoff experience will be crucial. So yeah, I like the Kings here quite a bit, plus 115. But like you said, not long term stuff, because like teams with a below 500 road record never win the cup. So just take that for what it's worth. But yeah, I worry for the Knights in a matchup against the Kings, because for whatever reason, it's just a bad matchup for them. So breakaway. No, I missed. Okay. Yeah, let's go Kings here in this one, and then hopefully they lose to the Knights in round 2.
Yeah, the last 2 games were April 5th, a 3-0 win for the Kings. April 14th, 5-0 win for the Kings. But Draisaitl, McDavid didn't play in either of those. This last one, we know was Nurse suspended a game for cross-check and Byfield? That's what happened, right? And then Corey Perry, or someone came out, and Corey Perry came out. So it should be plenty of bad blood here. So maybe if the Kings do win it, the Oilers do take some liberties and maybe beat up the Kings for our Knights' futures.
Yes. Let's see this. Let's see the series go 7, please.
Yeah, I love it. Right, we are also brought to you by Underdog. Underdog Pick'em. You can play any sport and win up to 100 times your entry. Got a few more days left to get into the Zamboni Best Puck Playoff. So sign up with promo code HGP to claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code HGP. And Rhythm is your home for AI-backed picks and props. Rhythm is now live for Major League Baseball. Plus, they got models for NBA and golf. Picks so good it feels like cheating. Building your own model is simple and easy. Rhythm has some amazing deals going on now. 25% off monthly with promo code SGPN25 and 50% off annual with promo code SGPN50. That is RITHMM, promo code SGPN25 or SGPN50. All right, what we got left here? We got the biggest series to talk about here. We have the Dallas Stars against the Colorado Avalanche. This is going to be possibly decides who wins the West here. We got Avalanche minus 115, Stars minus 105. I think this is once again the best price for the Avs here, minus 115. They're as high as minus 134 elsewhere. You can get the Stars plus 112 here. So it's really a matter of shopping around which side you like. And Joel, I got to throw this one to you.
First, we got to speak the praises of Ivan Demidov. I say Ivan because I think that's how you pronounce it in Russian. I could be talking on my ass, but I think I'm right instead of Ivan. But anyway, this guy is absolutely killing. I just love watching him, especially in that game against Chicago, that first period. Absolutely lethal. I heard somebody compare him to Nikita Kucherov, and I could see that a lot, the way he glides around, just has his head up the whole time, making these sick passes. Yeah, so this guy's going to be a stud for a long time. Yeah, the Habs are in very good shape going forward. Get back to the series. Of course, Stars, we've been talking about how much they've been shit in the bed despite the winning games. They've been carried by their goaltending between Ottinger and DeSmith, both of them playing very well. But without Miro Heiskanen, it's going to be tough. He's not ruled out the entire series, I'm pretty sure, but he's definitely not going to be around for the start of it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think I saw he's rolled out through game 3 or 4. I know the Athletics projection has him returning game 4.
Yeah, in the Stars, they've been absolutely brutal. Those games that they were winning, they were getting outshot all the time. It's just they were being sustained by some elite shooting percentage and elite goaltending. So there's that's PDO noise, as the nerds say. And the Avalanche, on the other hand, they've been increasing their metrics since the trade deadline and getting Brock Nelson in there. massive improvement on Casey Middlestat, who is absolutely brutal. And getting Nichushkin back, starting in November, of course. But ever since the goaltending acquisitions of Blackwood, Wedgwood, and getting Nichushkin back, the Avalanche have been a totally different team than they were to start the season. And yeah, they've been playing like one of the best teams in the league. I have been betting them, unfortunately, to do stuff just because I don't want to be rooting against them too much, kind of thing. But Yeah, I think that they should be favored the series, and the market agrees. And for a long time, like somehow the Stars are favored to win the cup, but they're underdogs in this series. Is that just another example of how the futures markets are? Oh, fuck off! Kane scored.
Tie game.
Yeah, motherfuckers. No good. Tabernacle. But yeah, that's just another example of how the futures prices, like in the conference cup stuff, is behind the markets with higher liquidity. So yeah, that's unfortunate. But yeah, the Avalanche here still like the -115. Like you said, best price in the market. They've been getting the money, and I don't expect the Stars to get any money going forward, considering how they play lately. And like I said, the Avalanche looking like one of the best teams in the league now. And yeah, they have everything it takes. Now they got some depth involved. Of course, they have one more thing I should mention. Dom Luszczyszyn has this Stanley Cup checklist. He just wrote another article updating it. Very good stuff, saying about how cup winning teams need these like an absolute franchise star player, which is McKinnon. They need like a Batman or a Robin to a Batman, which would be well, it would be Rantanen in the past when they won the cup, but now they have I don't know, Natchez. I don't know if you.
Yeah, Natchez would be that guy. I feel like Natchez has been that good with Colorado, especially.
Yeah, it's more about the depth they were able to acquire using those assets they got from the Rantanen trade, and of course they have Cale Makar, who is also like a franchise player. And those are the three most important things. It's the franchise player, number one D man, and a goalie who is hot, which is highly volatile. You don't know what goalie is going to be hot going to the playoffs, but Blackwood certainly has that capability. So the Avalanche do have what it takes in terms of Dom's checklist. And yeah, I love them in this series. The Stars just been playing really bad, and I don't expect them to just suddenly turn things around. They do have the home ice advantage, of course, but I'm not too concerned about that. Of course, we did see this series last year, and the Avalanche were in decent shape, but then they were they experienced brutal luck getting the Nichushkin suspension news right before that game, and they played absolutely miserable. And so it was like a free win for the Stars to make it 3-1 in the series. So it would have been a lot closer if that didn't occur. So yeah, I like the Avalanche quite a bit to win this series. Yeah, Stars are they got some problems, man. Like we'll see if Pete DeBoer's Game 7 record carries forward, because the Oilers won a Game 6 last year, right? So DeBoer's 100% record is still intact. I'm pretty sure.
I believe so. Yeah,
he's like 6 or 7 and 0 in Game 7s, which is crazy considering he's never won the cup. But yeah, let's go Avs here. I like them objectively, not just being biased here. I do think that they are the better team.
Yeah, I like the Avs a lot in this series. I'm reading here that Chris Johnston said yesterday that it does sound like, from sources close to the situation, it's very possible Heiskanen is not available at all during the first round.
Yeah, okay, that's massive. Like the Stars without Heiskanen are just, they rely too much on Harley, and he's just not up for that. He's more of an offensive guy, and Heiskanen he's the guy who carries the puck forward. Like without him, the Stars don't have any offensive presence. They can't like maintain pressure without Heiskanen.
Yeah, like Harley's been great, but like if you just have Harley as the one guy and then Lindell and Labushkin and Cody Ceci, Matt Dumba, like that's a bad blue line. Like I don't see anywhere that the Stars really have an advantage over the Avs. I know you can possibly say in net, but
I'd give them the depth advantage.
That was the one thing. Like they have more depth scoring at forward. They have three lines. Any of them can turn it on at any point. And the Avs, I think McKinnon line is always going to be on, and they have like you said, Brock Nelson's been good. Charlie Coyle's a good depth veteran guy to have as well. But I mean, the blue line, I know it's very top heavy as well with Makar and Taves there. But I don't know, the Avs at just -115 without Hayes. I don't think Hastinen's going to play, and if he plays, it'll probably be Game 4, and he definitely will not be 100%. I saw Tyler Seguin was activated today, so good for the Stars to have him back. But
Tyler,
what do I say?
Taylor.
Taylor Seguin. No, so good to have Tyler Seguin back there for the Stars. But yeah, I think the Avs just have what it takes here. I like them here in this series. We've liked them futures all season long. Yeah, like you said, they are 460 to win the West. I think plus 400 the Stars are. So take that now. I'm not sure if I would.
Yeah, if you bet the Avs to win the series, just bet them to win the conference as well, because that price doesn't make sense at this point.
Yeah, because unless there's any injuries or if the Truskin gets caught with drugs again, like if anything like that happens, it might change. But if they win this series without an injury to one of their top guys, they're going to be easy favorites for the West, I would think. So I could see it going 7. Hopefully not because of Peter DeBoer. So maybe Avs -1.5 at +170. It's +190 for it to go 7 games. I'm going to dig into some of these more like goals in series for Friday's show before these series start. But
I got
Avs
one.
and you got
You can
one?
probably guess what it is.
Is it Lehkonen? No, it's Wyatt Johnson. Wyatt
Yeah.
Johnson. Most goals for this.
That's right.
Cowboy.
Yeah, he's like
But
half the price for the Conn Smythe as he was last year, but I'll still
Yeah.
bet him 8-1 to have most goals in the series. That's my stars hedge.
Avs to win in 6 +425 might be worth it. Might be worth a sprinkle there. Stars to win game 1, Avs to win series +450 because I could see the Stars getting game 1 and then the Avs just turning it on. +175 for there to be a hat trick in this series. Yeah, some of these props are insane here, but yeah, most goals.
You can bet under on the hat tricks.
I think so. Yeah, under -220 for no hat trick.
I bet that.
Any game 10 goals 3-1. Any game 3 double overtime +350. But there's no nose there, so that's a no if there's no nose. So, that's okay.
One last note on this series: Landeskog. He played
huge. Yes.
Few games with the Colorado Eagles. He scored a goal, kind of just bounced off him on the power play, but that's all you need. Like I could see him getting some second power play unit minutes, just playing some quiet third line minutes, just being a voice on the bench. We've said this before, but that stuff matters in the playoffs. Like you can't quantify that kind of uplift. So yeah, it's like a wild card the Avs got going on. Like this guy hasn't played since the Avs won the Stanley Cup, which is insane. And nobody's ever come back from this injury before, and the guy's just pushing through. So absolute legend. Can't wait to see him play in an Avs uniform again.
Yeah, I have the Avs lines up on the screen here. Probably put him in for Kiviranta on the third line with Coyle and Colton. Like that could be a good, and that's decent depth. I think the Stars have a slight edge with forward depth, but I think that's the only possible way.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And we've seen Ottinger come up small in the playoffs too.
That's true. He's kind of like Hellebuck. He plays a lot better in the regular season.
Yeah. So Avalanche there. You have any Conn Smythe on the Avalanche? See McKinnon 13-1, McCarr 25. I think that's the only two that have a chance.
If you find like McKinnon like 16, which is out there, I was kind of intrigued by that. I didn't bet it, but yeah, he's just playing like the best player in the world right now. He won the most outstanding player at the Four Nations, rightly so. And I could definitely see like McCarr won the Conn Smythe last year. It would take a lot for him to win it again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, it's McKinnon to win the Conn Smythe might be better than Avs to win the Cup.
I'm saying 18-1 here. If you're a fan of duels, it's a pretty good price.
Fan of duels, I do love a good duel.
duels.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else here on the Western Conference playoffs?
No. I think we've been saying it before. Our eggs are in the Knights basket. Lots of Jets as well, but that was more like just off prices kind of thing. But and of course our stupid Canadian team to win the Cup, we got that bet going on as well, and a Central team to win the Cup. Definitely most on Knights, and that's who we're going to war with.
Speaking of stupid bets, Matt Rempe over 2.5 goals.
I totally gave up on it. I thought he was still stuck at 1. Then fucking Colt says he scored his 3rd goal the other day. Oh my word! Like, okay, I'll take it.
One more thing on the Stars. So in the past 25 games, their expected goals /% is 4th worst at 45.45. Only better than Buffalo, Boston, and Chicago. Past 25 games, Avs are 5th best. And even like for the whole season, Avs are at 8th best, Stars are at 14. Past 10 games, Stars are 6th worst, Avs are 6th best. So unless they can flip that switch somehow in the playoffs, I don't see the Stars making it out of the first round.
Heiskanen is the MVP of the Stars. Like without him, they lose what they're good at, and they need him to connect the defense to the offense, and that's the biggest reason why they fail to consistently generate offense, and they rely on their elite goal scorers like Wyatt Johnson and Jason Robertson and the like to make up for the fact that they cannot produce consistent pressure.
Yeah, we'll be back on Friday looking at the Eastern Conference and any other changes we have for the West. Keep in mind if the power play goals over in the first few games. Refs love to call those early on. Any thoughts on the Hart Trophy race before we close this out?
Are we doing more puck bucks? Or
I
are we
wasn't.
done for
I
the
wasn't
season?
planning on doing puck bucks. I didn't have anything prepped.
Okay, well, we can edit here. I'm happy being $107.14 puck cents positive. We won't mention your record.
Yeah, I need a clean slate for the playoffs. So I'm 178 and 206, down 696 puck bucks and 74 puck cents. So didn't have to see the puck buck loan shark at the very least.
As for the Hart Trophy, it's just a fucking crapshoot right now. Like you just, with the awards, you like to have info to base your bets on. Right now, there's no info at all. Like it's all over the place. I don't know. I don't think the Hellbuck should be minus 145 favorite, but I'm not confident enough to go ham on Draisaitl. I still don't think Kucherov has any momentum to win it, even though I think he should, objectively speaking. But yeah, it's if you have to bet it, if you like, there's no more games left. But if you just want to sweat the awards, it's not even going to be an awards show. They're going to be announcing it randomly during the Stanley Cup final series, if I'm not mistaken. Like I heard,
I think I saw that too. Yeah.
So it's there's not even any kind of enjoyment out of this. So but no edge either. I mean, Draisaitl would be the only thing I'd bet at plus 155, but I'm definitely not adding any more.
Yeah, the fact that McKinnon dropped all the way to 150 to 1 because he missed 4 games.
That's why we love these awards, but sometimes it's frustrating as fuck.
Yeah, I got a free bet in on Kucherov at 60 to 1, and they're already offering me triple times my bet to get cash out. So I don't think he has a chance. No, I am just going to cash out once it gets to a decent amount, because I think he's playing tonight, or I'm not sure if the season is done, but yeah, he's not getting it, and got to take the value where you can. All right, make sure you subscribe to the Hockey Gallon podcast on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple. Get in the Discord, sg.pn/Discord, and follow us on Twitter at HockeySGPN. I am Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop.
And I'm Joel Byron. You'll hear me shouting French swear words for the next couple hours.
Au revoir.